That's a good one for the back of the head shot, that right there.
A good side.
Zooms in nice.
There you go. That way it came out clear.
That's better.
All right, we are good.
Hey, good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to the regular meeting of the Board of Directors of the Saratoga County Prosperity Partnership. The time is 4:03. It's October 28th, 2024, and I call the meeting to order. Did everybody get a chance to look at the minutes from last meeting? Any suggestions for change? Can I have a motion to accept the meeting minutes? Second,
I'll start now.
thank you very much. Next we have on our agenda the treasurer's.
All in favor.
Oh, I'm
Take a vote on the
sorry.
motion.
So sorry, I forgot.
That's all right.
that. Yes, everybody in favor of accepting the board meeting minutes from March 26th?
Aye.
So moved. Thank you.
I'm abstaining because I was not at the last meeting, so.
Thank you, Ron. Anybody opposed? Okay, so moved. Thank you. The next item we have is our treasurer's report. Steve?
Hey, thank you. So not a lot going on. All expenses currently are the same as previous meetings going back to 2023. The only remaining expenses we have are minimum needed for routine operations. This includes QuickBooks, Storage Sense, Adobe, Zoom, and electronic office products. We currently have a bank balance as of today of $157,077.91. We'll be getting into the budget in a minute, but the bottom line is it looks like we're running the operation at about $16,000 per year, setting aside the grant money. So we got plenty of money left in the account. So it would be my recommendation to the board that we do not ask Saratoga County for any additional funds because we are overfunded at this point for the expenses that we have. And happy to answer any questions on any of it. And if I can, I'll call on that.
So it's just a matter of drawing down from the fund balance if we pay any expenses over.
Correct. Correct. And so if we got almost 160,000 in there now, that's costing us 16,000 a year. We probably have about 10 years worth of, maybe knock a year off with inflation, right? So we're really in good shape for the amount of stuff that we're doing right now.
Thank you, Steve. Does anybody have any questions for Steve?
Having one less budget request is good.
Very good.
I'll take that.
I have a motion to accept the treasurer's report
I'll make that.
and a second. Thank you. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? So moved. Thank you. Next item is our 2025 budget proposal.
Take this one, along the same narrative as Steve here, pretty much the same as last year. The big change, that we'll get along is the update later that we won't have, G&G Lighting and, CT Saratoga LLC is in terms of some of the pass-through money that comes through Startup New York. They have a new sponsorship, so that's been reduced. Other than that, the operating expenses still the same. We have our printer and copier through electronic office products. We have a $35 that's just the annual fee for the credit card. No other charges or any types of fees that are anticipated there. IT, we don't have anything anymore. Office equipment, we could just have the storage sets, that's $286 per month. Legal and accounting, we have $9,000 in there for the audit, which we have to do every year. That's usually been charged at $8,250, going back a few years now. I'm anticipating that will probably go up at some point. And then legal services as well. And our general office expenses that comprises of QuickBooks. And digital subscriptions is just Adobe and Zoom, so we can host our meetings. But other than that, I mean, it's pretty much the same as last year and the year before, but if anybody has any questions, I'd be happy to answer them.
Question about the audit. Since our financials are very basic, in terms of the fee that we're being charged for to do the annual audit, is that something that could be renegotiated or something like that, or is it fixed amount and the story type
There's not
of
a lot of
arrangement?
transactions.
Hmm?
There's not a lot of transactions.
There's not much going on in that regard, so.
It seemed like a flat fee, but I can definitely reach out to Weston Company and see if that's something we can renegotiate, because that's a good point. There's really not much that needs to be in terms of expense.
How to do it.
Yeah.
I know there's perfunctory responsibilities, but that being said, once again, the transactions are minimal.
Right.
So. It's just a
Yeah,
thought.
I'd be happy to do that. Absolutely.
And the $9,000, that's not an amount, that's what you're estimating it to be, right?
Right, just in case there's a pricing, if it is a flat fee and there's a price increase, you know, that we're.
And last year
covered
was
up.
8250.
Mhm.
Okay, yeah.
Yep.
Investigate that.
Yeah, will do.
Thank you. That's a good comment. Any other questions for Matt for the budget? I want to thank Matt and Steve for their, there's an interrelationship, obviously, with the budget and the financials that we have. So thank you both very much for your reports and for your good work. Can I have a motion to accept the budget for 2025?
So move.
Second,
Second.
thank you very much. Anybody have any opposition? Okay, hearing none, if motion passes to accept the budget. Thank you. Next item on our agenda is related to the contract approval for legal services. Last meeting we had, we discussed that we were going to shop for professional fees for legal services, and we have a proposed contract with Lemery Chrysler for legal services, and the proposed contract is included in your packet. Had a chance to review it. Did anybody have any questions?
I'll move it. I'll second.
Thank you very much. Any opposition? No? Then so moved. Thank you. Our next item on the agenda is the Startup New York update. Would you like to, Matt has already touched upon it to a great extent, so there should be.
Yeah, so, you know, everybody's familiar with the Startup New York. We have two separate agreements, one with CP Saratoga and G&G Lighting, the other one with PVA and Spark Shop. Those are our two sponsorships. G&G Lighting and CP Saratoga have been in the process since our last meeting of getting sponsorship through Hudson Valley Community College. I reached out to Jay Abley and Corey Bayrite over at both of the organizations at the end of September. They are in the final stages of the sponsorship change. HVCC has already amended their campus plan to include G&G's new space. They're just waiting on the sponsorship form, I guess, to go through with the state, which they're expecting that to go through before year end. So, you know, there's no further action that we'll need to do on our end to assist them in that process, and they'll be with HVCC come 2025. So that will leave us with PVA and Spark Shop as our last remaining agreement through the Startup New York.
Thank you, Matt.
No problem.
Great. Any questions for Matt? Okay. Do we have any other business?
Madam Chair, I'd just like to, getting back to the legal, Jim Carmenucci's here. And for those of you who don't know Jim, he's going to be representing us moving forward. Got extensive experience in municipal finance. He's the county and other IDA's attorney. So appreciate your insights on everything and welcome.
I'm president of Malta. My office is in Saratoga Springs. I'm doing yesterday work since committees. County IDAs. Some part of the park IDA as well as that. Mechanical Stillwater IDA and the Saratoga County Capital Resource Corp.
Looking forward to working with you.
Thank you.
Thanks, Jim.
If there's no other business, I'd like to entertain a motion to adjourn the meeting.
So move.
Fantastic. So, thank you.
Thank you. Nobody ever.